Welcome to the JLW podcast. If I said it before, I'll say it again. We need to pull together. Y'all, I am happy to be back with you, with my YouTube family and friends. I appreciate all the love and all the support and all the text messages I've been getting through my Facebook. Y'all, I have been busy and overwhelmed with work and my scheduling, and I am glad to say that I am back on regular schedule, so I'll be able to come on here to post as many as I can. Let's get into this discussion, and we're going to talk about Mr. Nolan Wells. He went on a vacation. This young black boy, Nolan Wells, went on a vacation with his white friends. I'll be honest with you, I have some associates that are white. I have some past friends that are white, but I don't have them really and truly in my circle. Not saying that they are bad people, but some of them are. He had white buddies, which these white buddies do have names. Nolan Wells went on a trip with them on the 4th of July. I can remember what my 4th of July was. It was in U-Ride with my aunt, my great auntie and great uncle, and my other great uncle. Spent the whole entire day talking and chatting with them. But Nolan decided he wanted to go on a trip on the waters with his friends for the 4th of July, for the weekend. And when the trip was over, he did not return. They had fun. They did whatever they was going to do. They laughed, they joked, they swam. They did everything beyond the sun. But when it was time to come home, Nolan's friends came home, but Nolan did not return. His friends came back to shore, but Nolan was missing. I'm just thinking in my mind, just me. If I go with my friends on a vacation, they coming back with me, or I'm calling mom and dad. I'm calling auntie and uncle. I'm calling somebody to say, hey, this is what really happened. He stayed, or he trying to stay, and I'm trying to get him to come home. Because they called me the snitch. I don't care. I'm finna tell it. You ain't supposed to be doing what you're supposed to do. I don't care if you're 30 or 40. If we leave together, we're supposed to come back together. His friends came back home, but Nolan never returned. They went to the Horn Island of Mississippi River. Never been and don't plan on going. But this is where they enjoyed themselves and they had fun at. But when the fun was over with, when the laughter was over with, when the swimming was over with, when the meeting together was over with, his friends came back home alive. And he came back home deceased. The phone of Nolan Wells, just listen to this, came back, but Nolan Wells did not return. His phone came back, but Nolan did not return with it. What are they doing with Nolan's phone and not Nolan himself? This is something that we really need to pay attention with our black kids. And even some, white, because ain't nobody exempt from hurting no one. But we need to take responsibility of knowing exactly where our kids are going. Not saying that Nolan Wells' mother and dad was not aware that he was going somewhere and can't be with him 24/7, knowing that he wanted to get away because the season was starting, and his dad said in an interview that Nolan wanted to get out before season start because he knew the hard work he had to put in after 4th of July weekend was over with. So he wanted to enjoy himself. But when he went, he enjoyed himself, as I would think, but he did not come back. But all of his group of friends came back, and he even brought his cell phone back, but he was not with it. Nolan mom and dad said they had to find their son's phone because it wasn't returned back to them in a timely manner. That's weird. That's strange. Like, why is one Nolan phone coming back and he ain't? Why didn't y'all contact the mother and the father the same day? What is truly going on in this case? Why wasn't Nolan on the boat with these guys? It does not make any sense. Somebody's guilty somewhere. The mother of Nolan says their son always checked in with them before or after. And most of the time it was before and after. Not even a thought. Before he went on the trip, after he went on the trip. But this time he checked in, but he did not check back with them after he returned, because he never returned. But his friends, so-called friends, did. They could not find his phone. The mother says. So they had to go to the police, like go into the iPhone setting, because I don't know if it was an Android or iPhone setting or whatnot, and they had to track his phone down. Something is wrong with that situation as well. Reporters said that 18-year-old Nolan Wells' body was found by a U.S. National Park Service ranger on the morning of July the 6th, 2026. So that means he died July the 4th, 5th, 6th. So really, he stayed in that water 3 long days and nights before the ranger found his body floating on the water, deceased. Something doesn't make sense. Something is not adding up in this situation. Nolan went on a trip with you, but he did not return with you. His phone did, but you don't go directly to the mother and the father and give the phone up. They got to track the phone down to get it. Listen to this. The mother of Nolan Wells says, once they got the phone, her and her sister went through the phone and found out that there were some messages deleted. Even some snaps deleted on his Snapchat account. The mother says she knows her son. She went through her son's phone. She knows how he does Snapchat. He knows how his messages and all these different things are adding up. But something is not right because there look like there's been something deleted in the phone. Why is something deleted in the phone? Why have they went through his phone and deleted Snapchats and messages? I can tell you why. Because they're guilty. Somebody is guilty in that pack. If not all, one or two. If not one or two, one of them. And the other two are guilty because they know what happened to this young black man. And his name is Nolan Wells. As you can see, their lawyer, Mr. Ben Crump, says that Colin Kaepernick paid for a separate autopsy that is being done in Washington, D.C. because they did not trust Mississippi labs. It's sad when you got to send your son's body away from his hometown because you don't trust the people that is in these offices. You don't trust their word. You don't trust their position. So you got to send him off to be looked over once again and examined once again by a totally different state, totally different people, and in that matter of form, to see really what really happened to him. Did he die by drowning? Did he die by trauma? What really happened to your son before he died? With that in mind, we learned that one of the teenagers' mom is I think a lawyer or a judge. One of the two. And the news says after the kids returned, they lawyered up. They lawyered up because they was guilty. But how does song say? You're innocent until proven guilty in the court of law. We can speculate and say what happened with this and that and third, but we don't really truly know. Things are being uncovered every day on the news. Investigators are still investigating this crime. We got people on the water doing all type of investigation, and it is not over with. More and more will come out later. But right now we know he went on a trip. He did not return. His phone did, but they did not turn it in a timely manner. So their mom searched for their phone, found the phone. After finding the phone, find out that the phone had been tampered with. So that's tampering with evidence. That's a whole nother penalty. Whole nother crime all by itself. Tampering with evidence. And then they lawyered up after they got home talking to mom and dad. If you're not guilty, you should lawyer up until it really hits your home. But the mom knows, the family knows, and those boys know exactly what happened to Nolan Wells. It's sad, it's pathetic, and it's stupid that they would hurt this young man. Do him the way they did him. And I'm just speculating because maybe they didn't do that to him. Maybe some people on the other side did. Maybe they hurt him when they left. I don't know. But if that's your friend comes and goes with you. You want to stay? No, you're going. If we got to put you in this boat, you are going back with us because you came with us, and we're not going to be held responsible of your disappearance or not checking in with your mom because you came with us and you didn't come back with us. So they lawyered up, and now we're heading forward to see exactly what's going on with this autopsy and what the story has been told about this disappearance and the death and the finding of Nolan Wells. Tell me this. If you're innocent in this murder and you have nothing to do with it, no type of way, why lawyer up? That's something to talk about. That's something to tell. And guess what? We're not through covering it. JLW Podcast is going to stay on it. I'm coming with another video. I promise you, ma'am, sir, adult kids or whatnot. I'm coming back with a whole nother segment of this topic. Why? Because this is one of us. And if we don't stand for something, we'll fall for anything. The family is not falling. That's why they're standing with Mr. Ben Crump and all the other people that have donated to this cause. Nolan Wells shall live forever. All of these deaths that has been in the hands of a white person will not go unnoticed. Again, we thank you for tuning in to the JLW Podcast. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'll be back. I promise you. I love you. I love you. I love you. And there's nothing you can do about it. May God continue to bless you and keep you is my prayers. Deuces.
When we finally got his phone, me and my sister went through the phone. We went in his Snapchat. He had 2 accounts, absolutely nothing. It wasn't even 24 hours, which is how long videos and pictures stay in Snapchat. And I was just like, that can't be. Like, I've seen Nolan whenever he snaps, like when he goes and he's having fun, like he does videos. Like, there was absolutely nothing, no saved videos. And even my sister was like, yeah, that's suspicious,
Michael,
you know.